Welcome to the Working Mom Rebellion podcast, where rage, rest, and rise all exist in the same breath. I'm your host, Alexis Starks. I'm a mom of two, a leader, builder, boundary setter, and unapologetically ambitious woman. This is the podcast for working moms who are done shrinking, done apologizing, and done pretending that we don't carry the weight of it all. Here we talk about the messy, powerful truth of building a career with babies, toddlers, and sometimes kids in the next room. This is real talk, real strategy, and real rebellion. Let's burn the old blueprint and build something better together.
If you've ever felt like wanting more made you a bad mom, or if you've ever worried that your ambition might rock the boat or bother people, that it might create distance in your relationship or discomfort in your workplace, or even confusion in your identity, this episode is your permission slip, because I'm here to tell you that your ambition is not the problem. Your ambition is beautiful, it's necessary, it's alive. What you're missing isn't humility, it's support, and you deserve it. Welcome to this episode of the Working Mom Rebellion, where we do not shrink to fit outdated systems. We redesign them to fit us. So let's get into it. A few years ago, I remember sitting in a performance review. My metrics were stellar. All of my projects were going well. I was cranking out really great work. I led a major initiative that had just doubled our output. We were doubling our capabilities. And yet, I remember when I brought up a promotion and a leadership track, I remember getting the same bullshit response of, oh, it's not scoped in the budget. I don't know if if that makes sense to have a new promotion or a senior or VP position for you or for this team that you're on. I don't know if that makes sense. That same blah, blah, blah bullshit. And that moment knocked the air out of me because I realized I wasn't being penalized for underperforming. I was being underestimated because I was a mom with visible ambition. I had all this ambition. I had the track record to back it up. And yet I remember maybe a few weeks after having that discussion, a coworker who was on the same level as me got promoted to VP. And he, for all I knew, he wasn't leading some major initiative that doubled their output. But even if he did, we had the same team structure. And so it was this insane bullshit system. For weeks, I remember spiraling and thinking to myself, maybe I should just be grateful to be here. I have a job. It pays. I've got 2 kids in daycare. Maybe I'm just asking for too much. Maybe I should just focus on the kids for now. But the truth that finally landed, it wasn't my ambition that hurt me. It was a system that couldn't make space for my ambition. So let's get into the truth bomb time. Let's get something straight. Ambition in women isn't dangerous, but a culture that punishes it, that absolutely is. Here's what we're up against as working moms. 1, ambition gets pathologized in mothers. When men want more, they're called leaders. But when moms want more, we're labeled selfish, unstable, or distracted. How can we manage and be capable of both our kids and work and all of these things? We get side-eyed for wanting promotions. Or we get questioned when asking about compensation, and we're guilted for wanting to build a business or write a book or go after something bigger and career advancement. How can we do all of that when we also have kids? So we dim our light to make others more comfortable, and then we wonder why we feel stuck. Number 2, ambition isn't ego, it's energy. Your ambition is not greed, it's not ego. You're not wanting more necessarily simply because you want more money. Maybe it is. And money is a good thing. We want more money. We want to be compensated for the work. But ambition is a signal of aliveness, of expansion, of what's possible, of learning more and doing more and being more. You want to earn more and you want to lead more and have a bigger impact because you were meant to. You're not asking for too much. You're just asking in the wrong rooms. And if they can't hold your vision, that's not your fault. It's their limit. I always tell people that if there's no way up in your company in any way, you got to find another company or start your own business. But all right, so let's reframe this. You do not have to choose between being an ambitious woman and a present mom. That's a false binary created by systems that only reward one kind of success. Let's rephrase that and say it again. You do not have to choose between being an ambitious, career-driven woman and being a present mom at home with her kids. You don't have to be up all hours of the day working just to be an ambitious, driven woman. Your desire to build something big and still be home for bedtime, one, it's reasonable and feasible. And two, that doesn't make you fragmented. It makes you multidimensional. Here's your new truths. Ambition is not your enemy. It's your compass. Your family doesn't just need you to be functional. They benefit when you're fulfilled, when you're happy, when you're doing meaningful work. Don't apologize for your fire. Protect it, channel it, use it. You don't need to shrink to fit the mold. You need to expand the mold to fit you. Now, I want you to ask yourself, what does ambition look like for me? Not for the world, not for my industry, not for my parents or my peers, but for me. Because when you define it on your terms, that's where your power returns. Okay, the system was not built for us. So we need to stop shrinking to fit it. So let's get into what that is. Let's name it. We're working inside systems that weren't designed with us in mind. They were not built for someone who they were not built for a career working mom who was driven at work and had kids at home. They were built for someone who had a wife at home, not for someone who is the wife and the mom, or the project manager, the lunch packer, the worker, the everything. So why systems are failing ambitious moms? Most workplaces reward constant availability, not actual value. Most places reward when you are responding to DMs, Slack messages, emails at 6 a.m. or you're up working till 9 p.m., when in reality, that may not be valuable. You may just not be doing actual work, or you should be getting your work done during the day. Maybe you need to hire another person if someone's working 12-hour days. And a lot of these systems, there's no built-in space for flexibility, for emotional labor, or caregiving realities. Moms are told to ask for help, but then we're punished when we do and seen as being less committed. That's bullshit. So hear me clearly. You are not broken. This system is underbuilt, and I need you to stop trying to make yourself small enough to fit inside it. Sure, you may have to get uncomfortable and ask for that promotion, ask for that raise, show the facts, the data behind why you have earned it. And if they say no because of some bullshit excuse or reason, maybe it's time you leave and find a better job that will value you. So, what else do? We can't tear down the whole system overnight, but we can stop sacrificing ourselves to it. So here's what that looks like. One, you can set internal policies. Like I don't work past 6 p.m. or I don't apologize for my boundaries or I don't carry emotional labor unpaid. I remember once I had my kids, I was really good about setting boundaries. I pick up my kids from daycare at 4 and I'm offline and pretty unreachable until they go to bed. If you need something and it's an emergency after I put them down at 7, yeah, I can maybe get to it. But most likely, it could probably wait till I start the day the next day. I set those boundaries good. But before I had kids, I was very frequently working late. And I took it as a badge of honor that I am the one early in the office, working late at night. But it was not feasible and sustainable. And certainly not with kids. 2, stop over-explaining your motherhood. You don't owe anyone a full story to justify your time, your ambition, or your needs. You don't owe anyone an apology for going and picking up your kids from school. You don't. Period. I don't have to explain that. That's it. 3, find your people. Build community with other ambitious women and moms. Peer support is system redesign. I'm talking Slack channels for mom groups or a monthly team lunch with moms. And if it's something that doesn't yet exist at your company, maybe you're that person to start it. Maybe you're that person to start it up. And it may take work, right? It may take engagement. You got to get other moms, other women engaged in it. But peer support where you guys can lean on each other, is important for helping redesign the system and push back and set new limits. And then lastly, ask for what you need and walk away from rooms that can't hold it. The more of us who refuse to shrink, the faster the system has to evolve. Let me say that again. The more of us who refuse to shrink, the faster the system has to evolve. So if go ask for that promotion, go ask for that raise, and if they won't do it, start looking for another job. This is how the rebellion starts. Not with burnout, not with rage, but with refusal. Refusal to keep playing by the rules that were never written for us. This is the working mom rebellion. And ambition, it's not too much. It's your signal. It's your birthright. It's your time.
That's it for this episode of the Working Mom Rebellion. If it hit home, please share it with another working mom who needs to know that she's not alone. And if you're ready for real support, for power strategy hours, for digital workbooks, and a truth that doesn't sugarcoat it, click the link in the show notes for more. Until next time, rage, rest, and rise. You don't have to do it all, just what matters.